Alright, today we are looking at solar battery and its connections. Solar battery and its connections. That is, we are looking at what is solar battery, then the connections that you will likely make when you are connecting solar battery. Solar battery as a topic. These are also known as a solar energy storage system. It's a device that stores the electrical energy generated by solar panel for later use. It allows you, solar users, to use energy in the night or when there is outage of the utility. National grid goes off. You have energy to use. Now, it makes you actually to rely on it more than the national grid. Look at the benefits of solar battery. Number one, energy independence. Solar battery makes you to reduce reliance on the grid and provide backup power during outage. You will not be waiting for national grid or the grid power for you to carry out your important tasks, because you have a backup power that store the energy for you for later use. Number two, cost saving. In this cost saving, a lot of people do not actually know that having solar system in your home is actually you are saving costs. They are always looking at the initial capital. Why do I say so? You are using 24 hours light in your home. Let's, for example, your utility is running 24 hours. Now, you can select the time that you will use the utility. If your backup can last for 12 hours, then use the utility for 12 hours. It makes you not to rely on the utility, number one. Number two, it's saving costs for you. So, for example, you are using a battery that it has 5 years warranty, 10 years warranty of our lithium battery. Now, you are saving the half of the money you spent on, you are saving half of it for 10 years. Can you imagine how much you have accumulated or saved? And that is why I advise as many that have the resources and even as many that have the intent to get it, to queue into this solar system is very, very important. It's cost saving. It's an investment that yield profit over time. Cost saving. Now, number two, it increase reliability. What is power supply? Even when the sun isn't shining, remote areas, they reap the dividend, the benefit of solar system. Most especially when they have the backup called battery, backup system. Now, we are looking at the types of solar battery. We have about 4 types of solar battery that we are going to look at today. Number one, lead acid battery. Lead acid battery has 2 different types: tubular battery and cell battery. That is gel battery, AGN. Now, these batteries has their specific areas of usage and that makes them efficient. So, consult your local installer or contact Morigre Services Nigeria Limited, as our numbers are everywhere on the social media where you can call us, contact us to get the professional advice from us on the one you need to do. We design, we install, and we maintain. Now, we look at this lead acid battery. Lead acid battery is a traditional and cost-effective option, but with a shorter lifespan and lower energy density. Lead acid battery are earlier said divided into two: tubular battery, and what? Cell battery. Now, quickly, we go to lithium battery. Lithium battery is more expensive. Yes, it's more expensive, but it has a great advantage that cannot be compared with lead acid battery. And that is why most at times, if not for because of the budget, I will advise you to go for lithium battery. Now, we now look at what? Flow batteries. A newer technology that uses liquid electrolyte. Yes, this particular battery is more cheaper, but it uses electrolyte. And you know that when something uses electrolyte emitted. So there are some environments, some conditions, some areas that it may not be very good for your health. And not only that, we are looking at nickel cadmium's battery. It's a durable option, but less common due to its environmental concern. It's not favorable, and that is why in some instances, some areas we use it. It's an industry where they need absolutely independent of the grid, and they'll have a plan for it, where you have a limited human interference in that environment, because it has a environmental hazard. And now we are looking at this is the battery that we are looking at. The picture of the battery. Number one here is what? Lithium battery. Number two here is tubular battery. Number three here is what? Lead acid battery, cell battery. Now this number two and number three is lead acid battery. Why lithium battery stands on its own? Lithium battery, tubular battery, and lead acid battery. They have some of their characteristics that makes them so important that you need to put into consideration. Number one, factors that determine the choice of the right battery. Number one, budget. Lithium battery is expensive, but it has a depth of discharge of 95%. Lead acid battery followed by quality, but it has 50% depth of discharge. Now you think of other ones. So I will advise you that arrange your budget on the budget. You look at it. Number three is what? Lifespan and maintenance. Lithium batteries generally have a longer lifespan and require less maintenance than lead acid battery. Environmental impact. Saltwater and solid state batteries are considered more environmentally friendly than what some other options. Now, quickly, before we move on, we look at the connections of this battery. These are the areas that we need to put more concern. Now, before we go to the connections of the batteries, I want to advise you that you are going for solar system, make a choice between lithium battery and lead acid battery. Make a choice between lithium battery and lead acid battery. Now, we come to the connections. Types of connections of an inverter battery. Number one, series connections. Number two, parallel connections. Number three, series parallel connections. Now, number one, series connections. Number one, series connection. Series connection is a connection of a solar battery that runs between the negative of one battery to the positive of another one. From the negative of one to the positive of another one. From negative of one to the positive of another one. Then the end, positive goes out, negative goes out to give you the voltage you want. What is the essence of connecting battery in series? We need more voltage as an output. Now, from here, you see that we have 12 volts, 200 amps battery, 12 volt, 200 amps battery, 12 volt, 200 amps battery, 12 volt, 200 amps battery. Now, by the time we connect it in series, the voltage built up 12 plus 12, 24 plus 12, that's 6 plus 12. You see that we have what? 48 volts. But don't forget that what? As the voltage add up in a series connection, the amps, the current remains the same. It's very, very important for you to know that the current of this system still remains 200 amps. So, depends on the output, your inverter system, where you want to use the battery to power. Number two is parallel connections. Parallel connections. You see the parallel connections, the positive of one battery is connected to the positive of another one. The positive of another battery, the third one, is still connected to the positive and still connected. That is to say that all the positive terminals of the battery is connected together and all the negative terminals of the battery is connected together and fit in to an inverter system. That is parallel connection. And in this parallel connection, it has some specific characteristics. Number one, the voltage remains the same. As the voltage remains the same as the voltage of a single battery. 12 volts battery plus 12 volt battery plus 12 volt battery plus 12 volt battery. The output is still what? 12 volts. The voltage remains the same. But the amps, the current add up. And that is why you see 200 amps plus 200 amps plus 200 amps plus 200 amps. That is 200 amp battery times 4 give you 800 amps. And that is to tell you that the amps add up is the easiest way of identifying it. Therefore, when you are looking at the high amps in your connection, in your inverter system, inverter connections, you have to bear it in mind that parallel connection will be an advantage for you. But if you are looking at the high voltage in your battery connections, then series connection will be at an advantage for you. Number three types of connections is what? Series to parallel connections. When we are looking at series to parallel connections, at this point, we are going to involve series connection and combine it with parallel connection. And when you combine series connection with the parallel connection, it has a specific characteristics. Number one, the voltage output gives you what you want as an installer. What you want to be output is what you get. Both the voltage and the amps. For example, look at this. 12 volts battery plus 12 volts battery and 200 amps. You connect them in series. At this block now, we have 12 plus 12, we have 24. Then, at this point, the amps still remains the same, be 200 amps. And in this block, you connect negative to positive, and it they give you 24 volts. Because in series, voltage increase, and the amps, the current remain the same. Now, we have 12 volts, 200 amps, 12 volts, 200 amps. Then connect this block of the battery to this block of the battery in parallel. You realize that the voltage here is the same voltage here. That is what? 224 volts. But the amps, 200 here plus 200 here, okay, you have gotten 400 amps. The amps build up. So, and that is why we are looking at it critically. I will show you an inverter now, so that you will see that it is important. And on the inverter, it is written vividly. I will show you now. Alright, this is an inverter system. In this inverter system is sine wave, and it's very, very good and strong as well. Now we want to look at where you determine the types of battery that you need in this inverter system. For example, if you want to connect this particular one now, you will see that in this battery, in this inverter system, this is a battery cable. Positive to battery, positive terminal. Negative to battery, negative terminal. Now, at this point, you see that it is written battery 72 volts. Battery 72 volts. Now, that is to say that this inverter will only come on when it receives up to 72 volts DC from the battery system. And each battery we use in inverter is 12 volts. The amps, the currents may vary. The currents may vary, but the voltage remains 12 volts. So for you to get this 72 volts, that is to say, you are going to do what? That means you are going to start up to 6 batteries. 12 times 6 is to say that in inverter battery, we have 12 volts, 12 volts. The amps may vary, but it remains 12 volts. And for that reason, if you want to have up to that 72 volts, you have to start the battery, connect 6 batteries in series. That is 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 and plus 12. For you to have that 72 volts. The amps may vary, depends on what you want. But mind you that the voltage remains the same. So this is what will drive you to use either the series connection or parallel connection or series to parallel connection. Like in this case now, the inverter system I have here is 24 volts. And I have 4 batteries of 12 volts. And that is why I have to use series to parallel connection to achieve what I want. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, so that when I drop another video, you can be one of the people that will watch it. Thank you.